Let's talk about rage baiting. I'm seeing a lot of this on TikTok right now. Rage baiting is a tactic used by people online to elicit some kind of outrageous reaction with the goal of increasing engagement, driving traffic to a page, or increasing followership. They could also be doing it to sow further support for a particular side or even just to create more division and chaos. It can be financially lucrative because the more you inflame people, the more inflamed their response will be to you. The more engagement you have, the more likely to have more traffic onto your page. The more traffic you have onto your page, the more likely you will get paid. Part of the reason why I got on TikTok is because of all of the misinformation that has been going around about the Lively Baldoni case. And there were a lot of headlines that missed the mark. Most of the time, I chalk that up to they don't have a lawyer checking this, they don't know what they're saying, or they're bought in some way. They're aligned, their interests are aligned with one side over the other, and so they're going to cast the headline in the light that's most favorable to the side that's serving it to them. But lately, I've been seeing headlines and content that really qualifies more as rage bait. For example, someone coming online and saying something to the effect of any of the Wayfarer parties committing a crime clearly doesn't know what they're talking about because it's a civil case. There is no crime involved, as far as we know. To even make the illogical jump to state that there was a potential crime committed by the defendants is just outrageous, and it's soliciting a outrageous response. And to suggest that hiring lawyers who have a skill set in appeals somehow indicates that they are planning to lose is also outrageous and soliciting outrage. People who understand how civil jury trials work will understand that hiring an appellate lawyer is an extremely smart strategy because ultimately you cannot control what the outcome of the jury is going to be. They will decide based off of their biases and how they read the facts and the evidence when they receive it. So no one can guarantee an outcome of a jury trial. What happens though during a trial is the judge makes procedural decisions and makes them quickly. And there's often very high chance that those procedural decisions could impact the outcome of the trial with the jury. That's where appealable issues are created. So to have appellate lawyers with you at trial, just at the very basis, just at trial, helps to prepare you for a situation where you might have to appeal. And before we ever get to trial, there are a ton of appealable orders that come out that would benefit from the expertise of a lawyer who specializes in appellate law. So to suggest that you're only obtaining a lawyer if you're, quote, guilty, which again doesn't apply in a civil case, is akin to suggesting that someone who has been wrongly accused of murder in a criminal case should not obtain a lawyer because they should be able to prove that they're not guilty. In fact, the state, the legal system, believes it's so important to have a lawyer in those settings that they will provide one to you if you can't afford one. Now, the same doesn't apply in civil court, but that doesn't mean that if you are accused of something that you should not be entitled to legal representation. That is outrageous. I caution you in consuming content that seems to fall in line with this type of manipulative tactic of increasing engagement, increasing traffic in this type of way. It's just going to continue the spread of misinformation and is really, really toxic.